information is, then that would be one of the tricks. The third part is preferences. If I'm on a car site for 30 days in 60, you could say inside the behavioural targeting algorithms that I'm interested in cars, could you not? Yeah. So hands up who thinks I'm trying to buy a car and who thinks I'm trying to sell a car. Buy a car, sell a car. So how can we base a scalable market on the fact that only 2 people jokingly put their hands up? Oh no, our algorithm cross-matches what you've clicked on the site, and it cross-matches that with everything else like that. It provides this thing, and we know you're going to buy a car. It's like, yeah, but what if I bought one in real life? And then you send me an advert. That ad's wasted, right? That's called wastage, yeah? Wasted cash, yeah? Oh, yeah, 1% of the time it might work. So in doctor's surgeries, if a doctor prescribes 100 people the same thing, and 99% die and 1% live, it's called malpractice. In advertising, it's called best practice. Absolutely no scale. No scale in that. The 4 rules of engagement. By the way, these 4 rules of engagement, some of which you've known me, have seen me bang on about this for absolutely ages. But I can't break it yet. I'm trying to break it. The 4 rules of engagement will make sure that your mobile internet service, or your mobile network, or your content platform, or your love life, or your upgrade on Airline increases. If you apply these 4 rules of, even Vince from itsmy.com, if you apply these 4 rules of engagement to anything in your life, things get better. And you know what? We all look at these and go, yeah, got it, yeah, I do that. But when you didn't get the deal, it's because you didn't apply one of these. When consumers didn't do what you thought they were going to do, it's because you didn't apply one of these. 1. Relevance. We talk about it. It's abused. I'm one of the causes of this, I feel, for my constant hammering of the term relevant. Actually, now people are using, we're relevant and targeted. I can read this stuff off the top of my head. Relevant and targeted rich consumer profiles, leading to better targeted advertising, increased return on investment, click-through rates. Total nonsense. It's not really relevant. It's just increasing the chances of things being relevant by 0.5% or 1%. It's not good enough. It's a fail. It's a fail. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Because we're starting conversations by telling people, and then learning from what they then say, rather than starting conversations with asking, and then acting on what they tell us. 2. Transparency. The future of small print is written big. 148-point Arial. There's no future in contracts that are that thick. People don't trust them, they hate them. They really do. It will be a barrier to your services, to your apps, to your widgets, to your portals, to your data plans, to your bundles, to your love life, to your upgrade portfolio on your plane journey. If you cannot be transparent, no one will love what you do. 3, value. There has to be a value exchange. People won't do something for nothing for an eventual payoff. The carrot and the stick, the carrot has to be this way round, and the stick's what's left. It just is, I'm afraid. Everyone listens to WIIFM. It's my favourite radio channel. It stands for What's in It for Me. That's the way the world lives now. All of us. We want things first. How many people in here would like mobile advertising flashing up on their phone? The 2 people, Alexandra Deutsch and Tarek Fawzi. That's a fantastic... I love that so much.
Jonathan, it depends on the way that this advertising will bring to you.
Precisely.
So it's not like yes or no, it's
That's
depends
right.
what it's bringing.
Precisely. Precisely. Someone said earlier, I was reading Twitter on the way here, someone said from Nielsen that people actually care more about speed and connectivity of data as opposed to the cost. Is that someone from Nielsen said that earlier? James, it was one of your Twitters. Yeah. If the question is asked, what do you care most about? Speed, connectivity and price. You're going to get a different result for what's stopping you using the mobile internet more. Speed, connectivity or price. We suffer as a human race to something called silent evidence. We remember the stuff that we want to remember, and we completely ignore the stuff we don't. Totally ignore it. We never look over here, so oh, look at that scary talk. So if you've created a brilliant mobile internet experience, a mobile platform, a mobile application, a mobile service, go with me today to the receptionist, tell him or her about what you do, and see how easy it is for them to do it, and what the rejection points are. I've offered this for many years, on the university tours of Oxford and Cambridge, and Harvard and Stanford, all over the world, for 18 years. No one has ever taken me up on the challenge. Why? Because we're talking complete nonsense. We're not talking about humans, we're talking about technology. Someone stood up earlier and said, I need to be a mathematician for this to go down right, or for this to work out well, or for you to get what I'm talking about, I need to be a mathematician. We've mentioned the mobile internet word 200, 300, 700, 900 times. But we're not normal people. We're talking about creating stuff for normal people. No one said about what this actually does in people's lives. What this service, do you think people know the App Store as the App Store, or where they get games from? People don't see things in the way we see things. And then I wonder why we don't go to the receptionist and try stuff out with the receptionist. Because actually we kind of know that we built stuff for people like us, rather than building stuff for people like them, who actually ironically are all us. We don't really want to be called consumers. We don't really want to accept or have to tolerate advertising. But yet we talk about it as if other people will do. Which is strange, I'm not sure people will do. Unless, of course, they're asked first and there's a value exchange. And it's based on relevance with transparency and an extreme ease of interaction that allows people to get to the experiences they want. And so anyway, we move collectively forward to a time where experiences are actually demanded from people, I would hope. I pray, deeply pray. Can you imagine a world where this room was bombarded by people saying, give us the stuff that you've created. Give us this app. Give us this data package. Give us this advertising information. Give us this, we want this information. We want this stuff. We want this useful information. We should be aiming at what I call the communication ideal, where these are demanded experiences as opposed to broadcast experiences. To such an extent that I created a movement called Every Single One of Us. And everysingleoneofus.com you can visit if you so desire. It's a non-profit organisation, there's no commercial entity to it as it stands, but it's rebuilding the value chain from ending with the end user. How totally and utterly patronising is that? And switching it round to starting with every single one of us. Because actually the real value chain, and I'm sorry, I'm sure this is going to offend people, so actually I'm not sorry at all, is 1, every single one of us, 2, everything else. None of it matters unless it matters to every single one of us. It's a receptionist example. If you're doing something that makes you look good in your career and all of your colleagues, that's great. But if you're doing something that creates an idea virus, that creates a search engine that downloads the whole web every single day and gives you a blank screen with a box that you can put stuff into, and it becomes the ubiquitous way of using the internet, you don't need to market it. You don't need to market it at all. You can take a guess at how much money Google has spent on above-the-line advertising, but it's less than pretty much every single person inside this room.